Hi guys, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps, and I have a beautiful card I'm going to share with you guys today. This is card number 3 for my free card packet. So how this works is in the month of July, if you spend $25 in my online store, I will send you 1 free card packet. If you spend $35, I will send you 2 free card packets. And if you spend $35 or $50, I will send you all 3 card packets. This card and card number 2 are also 2 bonus cards in my Rooted in Nature class. So anybody that took my online class, they can watch this video for these 2 cards, and then they also received 4 additional cards, all the card stock, everything to make those cards. So we're just going to jump right in. I am going to show you how it comes because I do want to go over the specifics of what is in your packet, so that way you understand which cardstock is for which. And then I am also going to go ahead and show you how to do a full sheet of paper to get the Z-fold. This was my very first time attempting a Z-fold card, and just ignore the black smudges. I tried to do something, I can't even remember what it was now, but I used the little sponge eraser thing to try to get rid of it, and didn't do a very good job. It just marked up my cardstock, but I didn't want to have to remake the whole card. So I'll get rid of this one once I make this card with you guys today and have that be the one that I put on display. So this is everything you're going to get. So it will come in an envelope, and if you took my class, like I said, you'll get 2 of everything instead of just 1. But for my online orders, you just get 1, so that's what I'm choosing to show. Now, you'll get 2 of the little leaves that are cut out in vellum. And then you get 2 envelopes as well. And then this is the Z-fold card. It's already cut and scored for you. So I'm just going to put everything back in as I go to make sure that I don't lose, because this is actually one of my online customers, or one of my the people that took my class. This will be one of their packets, so I want to make sure I don't lose anything out of it. But I just wanted to explain. I am going to pull one of these out just so I can kind of show you as we're going through it. So these 2 papers, and let me just grab my ruler really quick. Okay, I grabbed my piece of paper and my ruler just in case I couldn't remember some of the measurements I have on the downloadable PDF. So let me show you, that is on my blog too. So if you just head over to bobbystamps.com, this will be on my blog, and it has all the measurements and everything you guys need to make this card. So this is what you're going to use for your outside piece right there. And the Whisper White is 2.5 by 4, and then this DSP is 2 1/4 by 3 3/4. Okay, and so like I said, this is double because it goes to somebody that took my class. And then you're also going to get 2 of the stitched circles already cut out for you. Then on the inside panel is a piece of the Nature's Poem DSP, and this is going to go right there. That one is cut at 2.5 by 4. Put these back. Then you're also going to receive 2 of the little stitched circles, and that's what we're going to use right there. Then the 2, you're going to get, this of course is going to be your inside panel here. So your 2 larger Whisper Whites, that is this. Then the 2 shorter ones, if you stack all of these up, you'll kind of see they vary in heights. I hope you guys can see that. But the 2 shorter ones are what you're going to stamp your tree on, because we're going to stamp it on the Whisper White, stamp it again, and then pop it up. The 2 shorter ones are what you're going to use for your front to get your leaves. Okay? And then, oh no, I'm sorry, I said that backwards. The 1 longer one is for the leaves. The longest one is for the leaves. The 2 shorter ones are going to be for your leaves on the inside. Okay? And that's, you know, just make sure that when you get this, you're really paying attention to what you're layering the size, because I would hate for you not to be able to put the cards together because you used the wrong piece on the wrong piece. Okay? So let me move this out of the way, and I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. I'm going to zoom out as far as I can. I always go the opposite direction of what I say I'm going to do. So it's kind of hard for you guys to see my whole paper trimmer, but I'll kind of scoot it there and hopefully you can see. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your cardstock and put it in, and this is how you're going to get 2 cards if anybody at home is wanting to make this. So what you're going to do is put your card in on the long side, and this is just a standard, you know, our standard 8.5 by 11. You're going to score it at 2 3/4, and our light blade is for scoring, the dark one is for cutting. Okay, then you're going to scoot it down to 5.5, and you're just going to do the same thing. Then you're going to flip it to the short side, and at 4 1/4 we are just going to cut it right in 2, and then that gives you 2 cards from 1 sheet of that cardstock. And then I just took and folded this side in that way, and then bend this side back. And then it's probably a good idea to score it with your bone folder just to get that nice crease, okay? And then I'm just going to lay this one off to the side because I already have this one done. Okay, now this is all my pieces that I just went over with you guys. I've got an extra long piece of vellum because I'm just going to pop mine out with the leaf punch right now in front of you guys as we make the card. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and layer my DSP onto my piece of Whisper White. This card is a little bit more in detail, so the video will probably be a tad bit longer than normal. But I just want to make sure, because like I said, the people that are taking my class, they need to see this to be able to put this together, okay? And we can just go ahead too and just put that right on the front. Okay. And you can open it up, you can leave it folded, just, you know, square it up, even it up as best you can, okay? Then I'm just going to go ahead and jump to my second piece of DSP that's going to go right in here. I'm just going to get as much as this done, and then we'll probably do the stamping towards the end. And we can cut everything out at once. So then we're just going to layer this right like that. Now I'm not going to put this piece on yet because we have to stamp the sentiment, and then we also have to stamp that tree right there. So we're going to stop right there with the layering of the card, okay? So let me scoot that out of the way, and I'll bring in my Whisper White circle. This is going to be a little bit tricky. We're going to use Coastal Cabana to get the sentiment, but it was the only way I could do it and have that popped out for you guys. It'll probably be easier for you guys with the clear mount stamp, but mine, you guys have heard me complain all through my other videos about the wood mount. But you can do it. As you can see, I just did. Okay, let's see what we got going on the inside. Let's just put this off to the side. And I'm going to go ahead. Looks like I didn't get myself a piece of Whisper White for my inside panel, so hold on just a second. Okay, so I have my piece of 4 by 5 1/4. Now you can lay it inside here. You would probably be okay to stamp it, or I mean layer it. Go ahead and put it on there and then stamp it. But as you can see, you're still going to see a little bit of the word. So if that bothers you, I would say stamp it as close to this end as you can. But for me, it's not that big of a deal. And then as long as you stamp your tree, your first tree over pretty close to this edge, you're going to be okay. As you can see, there's just a little bit of room there. So just, you know, keep that in mind when you're stamping. So I'm just going to go ahead and grab our sentiment really quick that says, words are never enough. And it is this one right there. And we'll just ink that up in Coastal Cabana. Make sure you got your cardstock fairly straight, and then just stamp that down. Now I'm going to go ahead while I have my Coastal Cabana opened up, and we do just a few of the leaves right there on that piece of Coastal Cabana paper. And I'm going to go ahead and open up my crumb cake. So that way, because we're getting into doing the leaves and things like that where we're going to use both of them. So I'm just going to go ahead and do the small leaf. And I'm going to do it just a couple of times. Let me grab a piece of scrap paper. Don't want to get my piercing mat a mess if I can help it. So I'm just going to stamp one right there off to the side, and then probably do another one like right there, okay? And then I'm just going to grab my chamois. I love this thing, you guys. If you haven't ordered it yet, you need to really order it. I love it. Okay, I'm just going to put that right there. The only thing is you really want to make sure it's dry before you stamp and try to, or ink up your stamp and try to stamp again, because it will, you know, it's a little bit wet. So just make sure that you dry that off before you do that. So now I'm going to ink up in crumb cake, and then I'm just going for a layering look on this. So I'm just going to do something like that. Okay, so that's all I'm going to do there. I'm going to move that out of the way. I'm going to grab my bigger piece of Whisper White, like I told you guys, because we are going to do the two bigger leaves right here. So I'm going to grab the bigger leaf stamp, and I'm just going to ink that up in crumb cake and put that down like that. I'm going to clean off my little stamp again. And let's go ahead and clean off that big one, because we need to ink these up now in Coastal Cabana. And then I'm just going to do the little one. Okay, like that. And then we'll just lay that off to the side because we have to die cut that out. And then we're going to go ahead and move those out of the way. Now we're going to take this little image of little like leaves, and we're going to get the medium Whisper White, and I'm going to do 2 in crumb cake and clean that off. And then we need to do 2 in Coastal Cabana. I'm just going to kind of stamp on there just to make sure I get some of that moisture off that. And then we'll just do 1, 2. Okay. Now, just going to close that one up, Coastal Cabana. And I'm just going to go ahead and bring in, back in the back of the inside, and I'm going to go ahead and ink up my tree in crumb cake. And I'm, like I said, I'm just going to stamp it right there in the right corner, and then just come up. I got it a little bit crooked, but it's okay. Mounting these, I'm not very good at mounting these. I think I got everything a little bit crooked, so I'm just kind of having to really pay attention when I'm stamping. And now we're going to stamp the tree on the smaller piece of Whisper White that I sent, or will be sending you. And then we're just going to die cut all of this out. Let me move this out of the way, move that out of the way, and get our card out of the way. And then I'll bring in my Big Shot and let me zoomed out as far as I can go, so hopefully everybody can see. So we're just going to get our tree image, and we'll just put that right there, and then just make sure that we have it lined up fairly good. Hopefully it won't move. Sometimes I have issues with it moving on me. I'm going to go ahead and grab the little framelit for these little twigs, whatever you want to call them. I'm going to see if I can try my magnets moving it. I always hate when I get it positioned and then I start moving and the magnet won't cooperate, because I was going to try to cut as much as I could at one time. And that magnet, let's see if we turn it this way, if we can line it up better, and the magnet will cooperate. And then I'm just going to trim this down to see if maybe I can fit it on there. So we have 2 sizes for the leaves. So we have the larger and the smaller. So let's just see if we can, there must be a magnet or something right there that is, yeah, I don't have any washi tape over here with me to make these guys behave. Okay, I think that's going to work. And then I think I need to flip this around this way. Nope, maybe I had it right the first time. Okay, I think this magnet now is going to slide it back down. We'll do this one. I'll come back to do that one. We'll see if maybe when we get the, when we get the tree off there, maybe that's going to give me some more room and it'll be easier to do. Now, I'm just going to go ahead and put my other plate on top and hopefully nothing moved. And we'll run that through. Hopefully by getting this tree from there, that will free up some room. And we can make everything fit better. And that leaf, you can kind of see it jumped a little bit, but it's okay. We'll try to fix it in the layering as we put everything on. We'll just try to hide that, or you can trim it down with your scissors. I'll try to scoot that out. Boy, oh boy. It's always hard when you're trying to do videos to get the magnets to cooperate. Slide that up there and see if that'll work. Boy, I have never had so much problems with my magnets. I normally do it in the other, like the Big Shot setting. I'm just going to go ahead and turn it and see if that helps me line these up, guys, because I don't want the video to be 4 hours long because I can't get my framelits lined up. Okay, don't sneeze. Now let's take the small one. Let's see if we can get it. And I just touched the big one. Okay, that one looks good. That one looks good. Let's pop this one out. And then we'll just line it up. I think this is going to work better. This is the orientation I normally have my Big Shot in when I'm using it. So I don't know if my brain can't. Those magnets sure weren't wanting to cooperate with me, though, I can tell you that. Okay, let's move that out of the way. We can get these two out of our way now. Move those over there. That one. Okay, I'm gonna see if I can turn it since that paper was a little bit longer. I should have trimmed it down. It's funny how when you get used to doing something, it's just like your brain can't function to do it any other way, and that I think is what was just happening there, because as you can see now, it's fine. Sometimes those magnets just, they can be hard. And let's pop that out. I'm going to put my framelit back and get the Big Shot out of the way. Okay, so we're also going to take some linen thread, and what we're going to do is we'll just take our bigger circle and the Whisper White one, and I'm going to take the Coastal Cabana blue one, and see where that's more white and I don't like that. I'm just going to layer it like this. If I wanted to, I could trim that down. You can even leave it. I mean, you can even see on this one, it got a little bit of the white on there. So it's whatever way that you want it to look. I do like this look better, so I'm just going to leave it like that. I'm just going to put a little bit of snail right there, and I'm just going to layer that right there like that. Then I'm going to grab the crumb cake and then the Bermuda Bay one, and we're just going to layer those together like that. So I'm just going to put a little bit of snail right there and layer that on there like that. And then I'm just going to flip this over, and we'll just do it right down towards that corner and kind of layer that like that. Okay. Then I'm going to take, and I'm just going to randomly in different spots put some snail, because I'm going to take that linen thread and I'm just going to wrap it around a few times. Probably not that many. Let's see. If we want more, we can go back and get more. And then you just really put it wherever you want to put it. You can take it up and move it if you don't like the way that it landed on there the first time. You can just reposition everything, but I just kind of let it fall where it may, and then I flip it over and look at it and see if I like it. I might rein this guy in just a bit just by doing something like that. That's all there is to that, guys. Okay, now while I have it upside down, I'm going to grab some dimensionals. And I'm just going to put, and I like to lay these on top of my linen thread, whatever, you know, I've chosen to put there on the back. And that just also helps kind of secure that. Let's go ahead and peel off the backing. Okay. Bring in that card. And then we're just going to put this right on the front like so. Okay. Then I had everything right beside me. Now I feel like everything is way far away from me. So I'm just going to take the Glimmer enamel dots and take probably one of the medium and just put one. And you could do this, you guys, you could put as many as you want if you wanted another one there. I'm just going to stick with my original design, how I did it. Then we're going to open up the inside and we're going to start making this piece, or putting this piece together. And I'm going to do the same thing. I'm just going to go ahead and put snail all over the back of this. I'm going to take one of the Bermuda Bay ones. And the only thing I want to suggest is you have to make sure that you're not going to, this isn't going to, when you fold the card, your leaf isn't over on your fold line. So you do have to be really careful of that. I'm going to go ahead and pop out 2 of these on vellum. Okay, put that out of the way. And then I just kind of laid mine without letting it stick down, and then I kind of did one of these little jobs to try to, because you can kind of eyeball it and just make sure that your pieces aren't going to fold. And then we're going to take the crumb cake on this one and just kind of put it off on this side. And where did my other, oh, there it is. And then we'll just put this vellum leaf kind of right there. And then, there it goes. Everything's blending in. We're just going to kind of put this piece right like that. And then you can pop this up with dimensionals. I'm just going to, I don't want a lot of bulk on it. So I'm just going to go right back over everything with a little bit of snail just to help hold everything down. Okay. And then, like I said, just make sure before you put everything down that none of these are sticking out on your fold lines, because if you don't watch that, then your card's not going to fold for you. Okay, and let's go ahead and I used 2 of the smaller ones of the enamel dots, and I just put one in this corner. I think I actually used the same size, but on this time I'm just going to go smaller. Okay. Then let's take our piece of Whisper White that goes on our inside, and we can go ahead and layer that. And then just make sure that you're not on your score lines again so that everything's going to fold. And then let's grab our tree. And what I did to pop this up is I put some dimensionals right here all over the back side like that. Then I just took our foam strips and just took one and just put it right. It is a perfect fit on that tree trunk. And then just open, or I'm sorry, take all the backing off. I really like this color. Like it's a different when you think of trees and this kind of card. So I'm just going to layer this right like that, okay? But at first when I like the brown with the Coastal Cabana, and so I really like how it turned out. Some people may not like these colors together, but I absolutely love. And then, like I said again, you can choose to do whatever size of these enamel shapes and wherever you want to put them. But that, and then if you notice, I stamped more over to the left, so it does not even show on this one. This one, I didn't stamp that far. This one was my original design. So you can see if you do stamp it over that way, it does hide the words. But this is card 3 in my free card packet, and it's also the first bonus card in my Rooted in Nature class for those people that took that class. I forgot to mention at the beginning of the video, so I wanted to add this in at the end. But if you are a new subscriber, if you just subscribed to my YouTube channel from, I believe it was, let me see, the 1st, July 1st to the 8th, which should be today when this video goes up. It should go live after like 12:30 a.m. on the 8th. So it will end tonight at midnight. So Sunday at midnight on the 8th is when I'm going to pick my winner, and I'll have it posted on my blog and on my Facebook page. So it's just for new subscribers. All you have to do is please give me the thumbs up, hit the like button, and make sure that you subscribe, and I will enter you in the drawing. It's a beautiful stamp set. Pressed Flowers is, it's a Hostess stamp set, brand new in the catalog. And then I'm also including the iridescent sequin assortment, and I'll probably throw in a hand-stamped card as well for you guys. So please, if you haven't subscribed, make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Tell all your family, friends. I am trying to grow my YouTube channel, guys. Help me out. So make sure that you subscribe. Thanks.